Hello, my name is Johnny Ray Cornell Jr., and I'm making this video to talk more about light waves, specifically gamma. Gamma is a very short wavelength. But here's something you may not have thought about with gamma is lasered gamma. Now imagine you have lasered gamma that is coherent, but not coherent like normal light is coherent. Imagine the gamma coherent in a perfectly combined, this is what I call it, perfectly combined waveform. And this perfectly combined waveform looks like this. If you were to laser it, this is what it looks like if it was coming right at you into your eye off the page. One waveform coming in like this, another waveform coming in like this, then another waveform coming in like this, and another one like this, and another one like this, and another one like this. And they're perfectly combined. And when they reach gamma, they get enough energy to reach gamma, the bosons in them stack. Now the strings, I call them bosons because when they're in light waves, they're bosons, photons. When they're in, and I understand that photons, waveforms, and all of that, I understand completely all of that. But there's got to be something in light that bonds to produce particles of mass, because gamma produces massive electrons, and electrons have mass. So that mass comes from that light, and those strings are in there, and mass does not occur until those strings bond and produce an electron. And those strings bond due to the weak force, and they generate the weak force by spinning. Left by convention is negative, right by convention is positive. My convention. It's what I'm going to say from now on, how I'm going to do future calculations. The bosons, this gets close enough to stack the bosons and bond at the very ends right here. And when they bond at the very end right here, it produces a gluon. And a gluon looks like this. This is a preview. This may surprise some people. This is the up quark. This is an electron, a positron, an electron, and a gluon. The bottom is a gluon. And they're attached, which is going to be the subject of my next video, is what quarks are. They're leptogluons. When we talk about beta decay. In the gluon, I'm going to have to diagram you out an 8-string gluon to show you what it looks like by itself. It looks like, imagine you had an electron string, and you have an electron string in this hand, and you just shoved one right into the other. Or no, better off, hula hoops. Imagine you have a hula hoop and a hula hoop, and you put that hula hoop right into the center of the other hula hoop where the edges don't touch. And they're touching only at the poles, at the top and the bottom of the hula hoop. And you're holding the hula hoops there. Now imagine you bond it there, and you take another hula hoop and you put it in there where they don't touch, right in between them, perfectly spaced, in between them. And then you take another hula hoop and you put them in there. And that's what a gluon. And they're touching only at the poles, and they spin right for positive charge and left for negative charge. And they produce the strong force. But the gluon that mediates the strong force is not a leptogluon. It has no leptons bonded. And how they bond is by the weak force. The weak force bonds them right here. And this is the down quark. And the weak force bonds them where they make actual contact. Gluons are formed in the Big Bang and in gamma ray bursts, where the gamma ray burst shoots gamma in a laser-like fashion, so close together, such a tight beam, before it spreads out. And this gives me the only clue to what type of waveform could produce a gluon in this universe. We know that all massive particles, all massive leptons are produced from waveforms. Gluons are produced from waveforms, and those waveforms carry those strings, and they're gamma. And they're lasered, perfectly combined lasered gamma waveforms like I showed you. Now, the strong force, if there's no leptons bonded to the end of the gluon, to the polar regions of the gluon, they're Well, anyway, that's about it on the light waves and particles being produced from waves. Now, the gluons must have been produced by gamma, because at the Big Bang, everything coming out was gamma before it was converted to mass. The quarks must be produced from gamma, and when this gamma comes out, there's the strings in it. And I call the strings bosons because they are photons. They're in the frequency of light. The bosons I'm talking about are in the light wave itself as it propagates. It doesn't propagate back and forth like this. It propagates like this. In my next video, I'm going to do more on gluons. I'm going to draw you out an 8-string gluon when we talk about beta decay. Gluons are what beta decay. Gluons, with those strings inside the gluon that bond on an 8-string, 2 of those strings are turned to gamma, emitted and pair produced on the outside of the gluon, where they don't annihilate and they're bonded to the gluon, like this. This is the up quark. This is the down quark. And beta decay is the reason an electron escapes annihilation. That pesky electron from the down quark emitted, it's got to be somewhere in that down quark or produced by that down quark before beta decay. But if the down quark just produced the electron, it could just produce an electron. The down quark beta decays into an up quark. So there's a physical change in the down quark. The up quark is composed of, well, that's in our next video. Thank you.